Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Johnson's, and as a geriatrician, I've dedicated my career to understanding and supporting the unique healthcare needs of older adults. It's truly an honor to share some important insights with you today, drawn from my years of experience working alongside families just like yours. Have you noticed subtle but concerning changes in someone you love over the past year? While many people believe that passing away in old age happens suddenly, the reality is that the body often sends quiet signals months, sometimes even up to a year, before life's final chapter. The challenge is that these signs are often missed initially because they appear minor. It's often only in hindsight that families realize the clues were there all along. Unfortunately, by then, the opportunity to prepare and make those last moments truly meaningful has often passed. In this video, we're going to discuss 5 key indicators that frequently emerge a year before an older person's passing. Some of these might be things you've observed but dismissed as simply part of aging. Others might seem like small changes, but actually reflect the body's gradual decline. Recognizing these signs early on provides you with the chance to offer better care, cherish significant moments, and most importantly, ensure that your loved one's final time is filled with comfort, dignity, and peace. Please stay with us until the end, as these 5 signs can help you prepare both emotionally and practically for what lies ahead. When you understand what's happening, you won't be caught off guard. You'll be empowered to make the most of the precious time you have left with those you hold dear. Now, let's begin. Number 1. Significant weight loss. One of the earliest and most telling signs that an individual may be approaching their final year is unintentional weight loss. Initially, it might seem insignificant. A belt that suddenly needs tightening, clothes that appear baggier, or a once robust appetite that starts to wane. Many families attribute this to normal aging. However, the truth is that losing weight without trying is rarely a positive sign. It often indicates that the body is no longer absorbing nutrients effectively, muscle mass is decreasing, and vital bodily systems are slowing down. While some muscle loss is a natural part of aging, when it occurs rapidly, it signals a deeper underlying issue. The body might be struggling to digest food, or it may not be processing protein efficiently, leading to muscle weakness. This loss of strength not only makes movement more difficult, but also increases the risk of falls, weakens the immune system, and makes the person more susceptible to infections. Another contributing factor to weight loss in the final year is a change in appetite. Many older adults simply don't experience hunger the way they used to. Their sense of taste diminishes. Food no longer seems appealing, and they might start skipping meals or eating considerably smaller portions. This isn't merely a matter of personal preference. It's a natural physiological shift. The body, sensing it slowing down, no longer signals the brain to seek food as frequently. The result? Less energy, reduced strength, and a gradual decline in overall health. Underlying medical conditions also play a significant role. Weight loss is a common symptom of chronic diseases, such as cancer, heart failure, or kidney disease. Illnesses that can develop long before more obvious symptoms manifest. Even conditions like depression or memory loss can lead to decreased food intake, creating a downward spiral where the body lacks the fuel it needs to sustain itself. Some families attempt to address this by encouraging their loved one to eat more, offering favorite foods, or incorporating protein supplements into their diet. However, if the weight continues to drop despite these efforts, it's crucial to recognize that the issue isn't solely dietary. It's the body preparing for a significant transition. At this stage, forcing large meals might not be beneficial. Instead, focusing on comfort, easily digestible foods, and adequate hydration can make a more substantial difference in maintaining their quality of life. If you observe significant weight loss in an elderly loved one, especially if they are eating less, feeling weaker, or struggling to remain active, it's time to pay close attention. This isn't just about physical appearance, it's about the body sending a message. Understanding that message now can help you navigate the journey ahead with clarity, compassion, and the ability to make every remaining moment count. Number 2. extreme fatigue and weakness. One of the most significant changes in the year leading up to the end of life is profound, persistent tiredness that doesn't improve with rest. This isn't just feeling a little tired after a long day. It's an overwhelming exhaustion that makes even simple tasks seem insurmountable. Getting out of bed becomes a struggle. Walking across the room requires significant effort, and everyday activities like cooking, getting dressed, or even engaging in conversation start to feel too draining. This isn't just normal aging. It's a sign that the body is conserving its remaining energy. As organ function begins to decline, the body starts to prioritize essential functions. The heart doesn't pump as strongly, circulation weakens, and muscles don't receive as much oxygen as they once did. This is why many older adults in their final months experience weakness, unsteadiness, and an inability to maintain their usual routines. Another key factor is a slowdown in metabolism. The body is designed to produce and utilize energy, but as it prepares for its final stage, that energy is redirected. Instead of fueling movement, the body shifts toward preservation. This is why someone in decline might start sleeping more, requiring longer naps during the day, and finding it increasingly difficult to stay awake for extended periods. Some may even experience sudden drops in energy, feeling relatively well one moment and completely drained the next. But perhaps the most challenging aspect of this process is the emotional toll. Many seniors who once took pride in their independence begin to feel frustrated or even ashamed that they can no longer do the things they used to. They may withdraw from conversations, avoid social gatherings, or give up hobbies, not because they no longer care, but because they simply lack the energy. This can lead to a cycle of isolation where they stop trying altogether, which can accelerate their decline. For families witnessing a loved one transition from being active and engaged to tired and withdrawn, it can be heartbreaking. It's easy to assume they are simply being lazy, or that they need to push through it. However, the reality is that forcing activity won't be helpful. What matters most is understanding their limitations, allowing them to rest when needed, and making their remaining days as comfortable as possible. If you notice a loved one experiencing deep, ongoing tiredness that isn't relieved by rest, consider it a significant sign that their body is undergoing a major change. This is the time to cherish conversations, create peaceful moments, and support them without placing excessive demands on them. Because ultimately, what matters most isn't what they can still accomplish. It's that they feel loved, understood, and at peace. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any future videos. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3. Increased confusion or withdrawal. As a person approaches the final stage of life, one of the most noticeable changes is in their cognitive function and how they interact with others. You might observe that someone who was once sharp and engaged now forgets things more frequently, struggles to follow conversations, or seems disoriented in familiar surroundings. They might repeat themselves, forget names, or lose track of time even if they never had memory problems before. These subtle mental changes can begin months or even a year before passing. This isn't just normal forgetfulness. The brain, like any other organ, requires a consistent supply of oxygen and nutrients to function properly. However, as blood flow slows and oxygen levels decrease, brain function begins to weaken. The person may become easily confused, struggle to make decisions, or have difficulty recognizing people and places they've known for years. In some instances, they might experience brief periods of clarity, followed by sudden episodes of confusion, almost as if their mind is fading in and out. Another common sign is emotional withdrawal. Someone nearing the end of life often loses interest in socializing. You might notice them talking less, participating less in activities, or spending extended periods simply sitting in silence. It's not that they no longer care about their loved ones. It's that their brain no longer processes emotions and interactions in the same way. Conversations become exhausting, noisy environments feel overwhelming, and many seniors eventually retreat into their own inner world. You might also observe changes in mood and behavior. Some individuals become more irritable, anxious, or easily frustrated. Others seem unusually calm, detached, or uninterested in things they once cared deeply about. This isn't simply a personality shift, it's often the brain adjusting as the body declines. As cognitive function slows, emotions become harder to express, and the person may stop reacting in their usual manner. For family members, this stage can be particularly challenging. Watching a loved one lose touch with reality, or withdraw emotionally, can feel like losing them before they are actually gone. However, it's important to remember that this isn't something they can consciously control. Instead of trying to draw them back into conversations, the most supportive approach is to meet them where they are. Speak gently, offer comfort, and understand that even if they don't always respond, they can still sense your presence. If a loved one is becoming more forgetful, more confused, or less engaged, don't disregard it. These are often early indicators that the body and mind are preparing for the final transition. This is the time to be patient, cherish quiet moments, and focus on making their environment feel safe, familiar, and peaceful. Because even when words fade, love and comfort can still be profoundly felt. Let's move on. Number 4. Frequent infections and slow healings. As the body begins to shut down, one of the clearest physical signs is a weakened immune system. You might notice that someone who rarely got sick before now catches every cold, flu, or minor infection that is going around. Illnesses that were once minor now take much longer to recover from. And even small wounds like a cut or bruise heal much more slowly than before. These changes aren't random. They are signs that the body can no longer protect or repair itself as effectively as it once did. One of the biggest concerns is recurrent infections. Pneumonia, urinary tract infections, UTIs, skin infections, and even oral infections become more common as the immune system weakens. Many families view these as isolated illnesses, but when they occur frequently or take an extended time to heal, it's usually an indication that the body is losing its ability to fight back. Even antibiotics, which used to be effective quickly, may seem less effective. The person might require stronger medications, longer recovery periods, or multiple courses of treatment for infections that were once easily managed. This happens because as blood flow slows and organs weaken, the body simply doesn't respond to treatment as well as it did previously. Another often overlooked issue is chronic wounds. If you notice that small scratches, sores, or bruises aren't healing properly or keep reopening, it could signify compromised blood circulation. Poor circulation means that oxygen and nutrients aren't reaching the skin and tissues effectively, making healing much slower than normal. Bed sores, particularly for those with limited mobility, become a serious risk and can lead to dangerous infections if not carefully managed. What's even more concerning is that infections in the final year of life often don't present in the way we typically expect. Instead of a high fever, an older person might simply appear more tired than usual, more confused, or less interested in eating. In fact, for seniors, a sudden decline in mental alertness is often the first warning sign of an infection, even before other typical symptoms appear. Recognizing these changes early can significantly impact the comfort and care a person receives in their final stage of life. For families witnessing a loved one experience repeated infections, it can be both frustrating and heartbreaking. It's tempting to push for aggressive treatments, hoping that one more round of antibiotics or another hospital stay will resolve the issue. However, at a certain point, the focus often shifts from cure to comfort. Ensuring they stay hydrated, keeping their skin clean and moisturized, and minimizing stress on the body can contribute more to their well-being than another course of medication that may only add to their discomfort. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights helpful, Please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend doing so and turning on the notification bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5. Major changes in breathing or circulation. One of the clearest indicators that the body is approaching its final stage is a noticeable change in breathing patterns and circulation. You might observe that your loved one breathes more slowly or shallowly than before. Sometimes they might pause between breaths, or their breathing might become irregular, speeding up and then slowing down unexpectedly. Some individuals experience a breathing pattern called Cheney-Stokes respiration, where deep, rapid breaths alternate with prolonged pauses. These changes might start subtly, but over time, they become more pronounced and occur more frequently. Another common sign is weakened circulation. You might notice that their hands, feet, or even their nose and ears feel cold to the touch. Their skin might appear pale, bluish, or have a mottled appearance, particularly around the fingers and toes. This happens because the body is prioritizing blood flow to the vital organs and reducing circulation to the arms and legs. It's a clear indication that the heart is not pumping as strongly as it once did. Some people also experience increased shortness of breath, even with minimal exertion. Simply sitting up, talking, or changing positions might make them feel breathless. You might notice them breathing through their mouth more often, or they might suddenly need to pause and catch their breath while speaking. If they were once able to walk across the room easily but now struggle, their lung function might be weakening. In some cases, fluid buildup in the lungs can make breathing more difficult. This might cause a persistent cough, gurgling sounds, or a feeling of tightness in the chest. Many people assume it's just congestion from a cold. However, in older individuals nearing the end of life, it's often a sign that the lungs are failing. Lying flat might feel uncomfortable, and they might prefer to sleep propped up on pillows or in a recliner to breathe more easily. For family members, witnessing these changes can be frightening. It's natural to want to help, to encourage them to take deeper breaths, or worry that something serious is happening. However, in many cases, this is simply the body's way of slowing down. There might not always be a way to reverse these changes, but there are ways to make them more comfortable. Keeping the room cool, using a humidifier, or offering small sips of water can help ease discomfort. In some instances, medications or oxygen therapy can provide relief, but the primary goal shifts to comfort rather than attempting to fix the underlying problem. If you observe these signs, changes in breathing, cold hands and feet, or a bluish tint to the skin, pay close attention. These are often indications that the body is conserving energy and circulation is slowing down. This is a time to be present, offer reassurance, and create a peaceful environment where they feel safe and cared for. Final thoughts. As we reach the end of this discussion, take a moment to reflect on what we've covered. Significant weight loss, extreme tiredness, memory problems, frequent infections, and major changes in breathing and circulation. These 5 signs often manifest in the year preceding an older person's passing. They may not all occur simultaneously, and they might not always be immediately obvious. But when you start to recognize them, it's a signal that the body is preparing for its final stage. For many families, these changes can be difficult to accept. It's natural to want to fight against them, to encourage a loved one to eat more, move more, or push through exhaustion. However, sometimes the most compassionate thing we can do is to listen to what their body is telling us. Instead of trying to prevent the inevitable, we can focus on making their remaining time as peaceful, comfortable, and meaningful as possible. Understanding these signs isn't about being afraid of death. It's about being prepared for it. When you recognize these changes early, you can provide better care, make important decisions proactively, and ensure that your loved one's final months are filled with love and dignity. This is a time to cherish moments, share memories, and reassure them that they are loved and not alone. If you're noticing these signs in someone close to you, Take a deep breath and remember that you're not alone in this journey. Many families have navigated this path, and while it's never easy, knowing what to expect can help you find strength, patience, and peace. Thank you for being with me today. I encourage each of you to reflect on these insights. If you're currently facing challenges with a loved one, exhibiting these signs, please share your experiences or concerns in the comments below. I understand how difficult this can be, and I'm here to offer guidance and support in any way I can through this platform. Your stories and questions can also provide comfort and understanding to others going through similar situations. And here's a crucial piece of advice I want to leave you with. Focus on presence, not performance. In these precious final times, it's not about what your loved one can no longer do, but about the love and peace you can share right now. Let go of expectations for activity and embrace quiet moments of connection. A gentle touch, a soft word, simply being there. These are the gifts that truly matter. Please share this video with friends and family members who might find this information helpful. And if you haven't already, I encourage you to subscribe to our channel for more content focused on supporting you and your loved ones through all stages of aging. Your thoughts are important to us, so please don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments provides us with motivation and encouragement. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support enables us to continue creating valuable content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to connecting with you in the next video.